If you are spending hundreds or even thousands on modern anti-aging creams, serums, and treatments, pause for one moment. Because what if the most enduring beauty secrets were not born in a modern lab at all? What if some of them were already known on the banks of the Nile, under a hard desert sun, in a civilization that cared deeply about skin, fragrance, ritual, and the fight against decay? Ancient Egypt gave the world pyramids, temples, and queens whose names still feel larger than history. But it also gave the world a long memory of plant medicine. And that is where this story begins. The Egyptians did not separate beauty from health the way we often do today. To them, soft skin, strong hair, calm eyes, and a bright face were not only signs of status, they were signs of order, balance, and life itself. Names like Cleopatra and Nefertiti still carry an almost mythical glow. And while many legends around them have grown over time, one truth remains clear. Ancient Egypt trusted plants, oils, resins, seeds, flowers, leaves. Some were used in temples, some in homes, some in medicine, some in burial, and some crossed all of those worlds at once. Today, I am going to walk you through 10 Egyptian plants that were treasured in the ancient world and are still fascinating now. Not because they can magically turn back time in a single night, but because many of them can help support the things mature skin needs most: moisture, calm, barrier repair, comfort, and protection from daily stress. And stay with me for number 7, because that one carries the strongest legend of royal beauty. Then stay to the end for number 10, because that plant was placed inside the tomb of a pharaoh, as if it could guard the body against time itself. Before we begin, subscribe and turn on the bell if you enjoy stories where ancient wisdom meets modern research. Now, let us step into Egypt. Number 1 is Aloe vera, the plant of immortality. If there is one plant that perfectly fits the Egyptian imagination, it may be aloe. For centuries, aloe was linked with endurance, healing, and preservation. Later tradition even gave it a name that says everything: the plant of immortality. And once you see the leaf opened, you understand why. Inside that plain, spiked shell is a clear, cooling gel that feels almost like stored water. In a land of heat, light, and dry wind that mattered, aloe became associated with skin comfort, moisture, and care after damage. It was valued enough to move from daily life into larger ideas of health and even ritual. Modern research does not prove every grand claim ever made about aloe, but it does support something important. Aloe gel can help soothe irritated skin, and it has been studied for wound care and skin repair for years. That makes aloe less like a myth and more like a survivor. Today, the simplest use is still the best. A clean aloe gel, or fresh gel from the leaf, can be used as a short calming mask or as a light layer on dry, overheated skin. For an older face, that matters more than hype. Mature skin often does not need aggression. It needs water, softness, and less irritation. And that is aloe's quiet strength. It does not shout. It cools. It softens. It helps the skin feel like itself again. Number 2 is frankincense, the liquid gold of youth. Frankincense feels like Egypt the moment you hear the name. It is warm, resinous, sacred. It belongs to temple smoke, carved stone, and gold bowls in dim light. In the ancient world, frankincense was never just perfume. It was precious enough for ritual, trade, medicine, and power. It traveled long distances because people believed it was worth the journey. Egyptian perfumers and healers used aromatic resins with great care, and frankincense became one of the most admired. Today, science is most interested in frankincense for inflammation. Extracts from boswellia have been studied for joint pain and inflammatory conditions, and the results are promising, even if they are not the final word. That matters for skin as well. Aging skin is often stressed skin. It can become reactive, it can look tired, it can hold redness longer. Anything that helps reduce unnecessary irritation becomes part of the larger anti-aging picture. For modern use, frankincense is usually found as an essential oil. But this is where caution matters. Essential oils should be diluted. They are not applied neat to the face. A few drops in a plain carrier oil is enough. Used gently at night, frankincense can become part of a slow ritual, not a miracle. A minute of massage, a warm scent, a feeling of care. And maybe that is why it lasts. Because the real luxury was never speed. It was reverence. Number 3 is moringa, the desert shield. Moringa does not have the fame of aloe or frankincense, but it has something just as powerful: resilience. In hot climates, this tree survives where many others struggle. Its leaves are nutrient-dense, its oil is stable and light, and in a harsh environment, that combination becomes valuable very quickly. Ancient containers holding moringa oil have been linked to Egypt, and that detail is telling. Oils were not stored without reason. In a dry, bright landscape, skin needed a shield. Modern interest in moringa focuses on antioxidants, fatty acids, and plant compounds that may help support the skin barrier. The strongest evidence is still developing, especially in humans, but the logic of its traditional use is easy to follow. Skin ages faster when it is dry, inflamed, and repeatedly stressed. Moringa oil helps answer dryness without feeling too heavy. It spreads well. It softens rough texture, and for some people it can sit on the skin more comfortably than richer oils. There is also the inner story. Moringa leaf powder is often praised for its nutritional value, and while no single smoothie can erase age, the skin always reflects the body that feeds it. So this plant works on 2 levels. On the outside, as a desert shield. On the inside, as a quiet form of support. And that double role feels deeply Egyptian, practical, elegant, enduring. Number 4 is blue lotus, the flower of rebirth. You cannot talk about ancient Egypt without meeting this flower. Blue lotus appears in art, ritual, and royal imagery again and again. It opens with the sun. It closes with the dark. To the Egyptian mind, that made it more than a plant. It became a symbol of renewal itself. And symbols matter. Because when a civilization keeps painting the same flower into scenes of gods, banquets, and afterlife, it is telling you something. This flower meant return. It meant awakening. It meant life coming back. Modern science is still sorting through the full story of blue lotus. Its chemistry is complex, and modern commercial products are not always consistent. But the plant has long been associated with calm, mood, and relaxation. That may be one reason it fits an anti-aging conversation better than people expect. Stress marks the face. Poor sleep marks the face. A tense nervous system marks the face. So a plant that belongs to calm, evening ritual, and emotional softness belongs here too. Today, blue lotus is usually used as a tea, tincture, or floral water. If used, it should be approached gently and from reputable sources. Because the true gift of blue lotus may not be dramatic transformation. It may be this: a calmer mind, a softer expression, a little less strain around the eyes, and sometimes that is exactly what youthfulness looks like. Number 5 is castor, the thick oil of deep care. Castor is not glamorous. It is dense, sticky, serious. But ancient people often trusted serious things more than beautiful ones. Castor seeds and castor oil were known in ancient Egypt, and medical texts such as the Ebers Papyrus connect castor with practical use. It was also used in lamps, which tells you how available and useful it was. But beauty often begins with usefulness. Modern interest in castor oil centers on ricinoleic acid and its heavy, sealing texture. The evidence behind viral claims is often exaggerated, especially around dramatic hair regrowth. But as a rich occlusive oil, castor can help reduce moisture loss and soften very dry areas. That makes it especially interesting for places that show age first. The corners of the eyes, the neck, the backs of the hands, the dry lines that do not always need more active ingredients. Sometimes they need less evaporation. Used sparingly, castor oil can act almost like an overnight wrap for tired skin. Not everywhere, just where time seems to pull hardest. This is also a good moment to say something important. Ancient beauty was not always about covering the whole face in 10 products. Often it was about knowing where care was needed most. Castor teaches that lesson well. Not all aging needs attack. Some aging needs protection. If this is already changing the way you think about beauty, subscribe now, because the next 5 plants go deeper into the Egyptian world of ritual, queens, and time. Number 6 is myarch, the resin that resists decay. Few plants carry a stronger emotional charge than myrrh. It was bitter, precious, fragrant, and ancient people connected it with one of the greatest human fears, decay. That is why myrrh appears so often in sacred and funerary settings across the ancient Near East and Egypt. It smelled beautiful, yes, but it also represented preservation. Modern research looks at myrrh for antimicrobial activity, inflammation, and wound support. Some studies are encouraging, some are early, but the old instinct makes sense. Myrrh belonged wherever people wanted to protect tissue and slow damage. That idea speaks directly to aging, because much of visible aging is not really about age alone. It is about stress, irritation, neglect, and repeated small injuries from light, weather, dryness, and inflammation. Myrrh enters that story as a guardian. Today, it is usually used as a diluted essential oil or in balm form, and it is especially well suited to body care, the neck, the chest, the hands. These are the places many people forget until they begin to reveal more years than the face. So myrrh becomes a beautiful reminder. Do not only care for the mirror, care for the parts of you that history sees. Number 7 is saffron, the Queen's secret. This is the one I asked you to wait for. Because when people imagine the beauty of Cleopatra, they do not picture something plain. They picture milk baths, gold, fragrance, silk, and excess. And in that imagination, saffron fits perfectly. Whether every popular legend about Cleopatra is exact or not, saffron truly was one of the most prized substances in the ancient world. It was rare, rich in color, strong in scent, and impossible to ignore. A few threads could turn water gold. That alone feels royal. Modern research on saffron is especially interesting because it reaches beyond skin. Saffron has been studied for mood support, and several reviews suggest it may help with mild to moderate depressive symptoms. Why does that belong in a beauty script? Because radiance is not only topical. A brighter mood changes posture, expression, sleep, appetite, and the very way a face is worn. There is also growing interest in saffron's antioxidant properties, which is one reason it often appears in high-end beauty language today. The old way to use it is still the most poetic. A few threads steeped in warm water, tea, or milk. Nothing excessive. Just enough to release color and aroma. And that may be the secret. Not abundance. Concentration. A small thing used well. Just a few threads. And suddenly, everything changes color. Number 8 is fenugreek, the ancient plumper. Fenugreek is one of those old plants that seems humble until you learn how many roles it has played. Food, tea, paste, tonic, women's medicine, household remedy. In ancient traditions around the Mediterranean and the Near East, fenugreek was trusted for strength, fullness, and recovery. Egyptian women are often linked with seed pastes and body treatments that aimed not only to soften the skin, but to preserve a look of vitality and fullness. That word matters, fullness. Because one of the clearest signs of aging is not lines alone, it is loss of volume. Skin looks thinner, drier, less springy. Modern interest in fenugreek often centers on compounds such as diosgenin and on its anti-inflammatory and metabolic effects. The beauty industry also pays attention because fenugreek has a long reputation for helping the body feel nourished rather than depleted. Today, it is commonly used as a tea or as a soaked seed paste. If used on the skin, the key is freshness and simplicity. A plain paste, a short mask, then rinse. No drama, no burning actives, just a plant and water. Fenugreek belongs to a very old beauty logic. Do not only tighten the skin, feed it. Number 9 is garlic, the builder's vitality. Garlic may seem out of place beside lotus and saffron. It is sharp, common, even rude. But ancient Egypt respected function. Garlic had function in abundance. Garlic has long been linked with workers, stamina, and daily strength. Stories of laborers receiving garlic in ancient Egypt survived for a reason. People believed it supported endurance and resistance. Modern research is full of garlic. Heart health, blood pressure, lipids, oxidative stress, immune support. That is not surface beauty. That is foundational beauty. Because what makes a person look older is not always what sits on the skin. Sometimes it is circulation, sometimes it is fatigue, sometimes it is inflammation that begins far below the mirror. Garlic reminds us that anti-aging is not only a face issue, it is a vitality issue, and the best use is not fancy. Fresh garlic, prepared in food, used consistently, is still one of the simplest ways to keep this ancient plant in daily life. It will not make your bathroom feel luxurious, but it may make your life feel stronger. And strength has a beauty of its own. Number 10 is black seed, the pharaoh's final gift. When archaeologists opened the tomb of Tutankhamun, they found many objects meant to travel with a king into eternity. Gold, craftsmanship, sacred things. And among the treasures, black seed has long been associated with that royal world. That detail is unforgettable, because it tells us that this plant was not ordinary. It was chosen for the longest journey imaginable. Modern science is deeply interested in black seed and in thymoquinone, one of its best-known compounds. Researchers study it for inflammation, oxidative stress, and wound support. Skin researchers are also exploring its possible role in repair and photoaging. The language should stay careful. This is not proof of instant age reversal, but it is proof of serious interest, and that alone is powerful. A plant known for thousands of years is still teaching scientists new questions. Today, black seed oil is used both internally and topically, though quality matters, and so does moderation. A few drops pressed into damp skin can be enough. The goal is not to coat the face. The goal is to leave a thin veil of nourishment. And that brings us back to Egypt, a civilization that looked at the body, the soul, the afterlife, and the passing of time, and answered all of them with plants. Not because plants were magic, because plants were memory. What survives for 3,000 years usually survives for a reason. So what do these 10 Egyptian plants really tell us? They tell us that the oldest anti-aging wisdom was never just about looking younger. It was about staying supple in a dry world, staying calm under pressure, staying protected from heat, stress, and decay, staying alive to beauty even while time kept moving. That is a much deeper idea than modern marketing usually offers, and maybe a more useful one too. Of all 10 plants we explored today, which one surprised you most? Was it the cool simplicity of aloe, the temple smoke of frankincense, the royal glow of saffron, or the black seed placed beside a pharaoh for the journey beyond death? Tell me in the comments which one you would try first. And if you found this fascinating, hit subscribe for more stories like this.